Okay, so this is not going to be my full Twin Peaks decode. This is just something that I discovered yesterday and just immediately wanted to do a video on regarding the third season of Twin Peaks, The Return, which premiered in 2017. So I'm going to talk about two episodes in particular. Episode 13, which aired on August 6th, 2017. Year 86. And episode 9, which aired on July 9th, 2017. So I've been revisiting the entire Twin Peaks series, looking for codes, because I know it is a very, very coded series, and boy, have I found a lot. But yesterday, revisiting episode 13 of The Return, I found this. As two characters are driving along, we get the road sign, one pointing to Provo, Utah, and look at where the other one points. Orem. Where was Charlie Kirk supposedly shot? Orem, Utah. I couldn't believe my eyes. And I looked it up, and both Orem and Provo are only 5.2 miles from each other. What are the odds that Twin Peaks would be shooting in this location of all locations? Like I told you, this is a very, very heavily coded series. Lynch films and works in general are very heavily coded. I'm doing a deep dive on them, but I thought this deserved its own video. So, of course, Orem has the 801 area code, as does Provo, which of course is a backwards 18 for your 666, but also the 81st day of the year is 322, Skull and Bones. So I had already been decoding Twin Peaks for a future video. I was saving it all, but seeing the Orem sign, I wanted to immediately get this out there. But it goes back to something that I saw in episode 9, in which this piece of paper is left to the character Bobby Briggs by his father, Major Garland Briggs. It's orders for them to go to a place called Jackrabbit's Palace. And look at the number here, 253. September 10th is the 253rd day of the year. So another connection to Charlie Kirk. We have the 253 in episode 9 of The Return. And then in episode 13, we have the Orem, Utah road sign. I mean, in what world is this a coincidence? Now, Twin Peaks is all about duality, twins, portals, the atomic bomb, other dimensions, like two different lodges, which are their own realms, the Black Lodge and the White Lodge. Well, Bobby Briggs' dad, Garland Briggs, died way back in the 90s, and he left this because he had had a vision that his son would need to know this information in the future. To go to Jackrabbit's Palace, go 253 yards east of it, and it's just a whole thing, and they wind up opening a portal by doing what they do, by following the directions on this piece of paper. And it was on 10/1, no less, the day before the film Donnie Darko, which is about portals, starts on 10/2. And Garland Briggs was played by Don S. Davis, a.k.a. Donald Sinclair Davis, who was born August 4th. And he died in Gibsons, Canada. A very important figure in the series. In fact, early on in The Return, his decapitated body is found in room 216 of a hotel. Actually, an apartment complex, not a hotel, but you get what I'm saying. By a woman with a dog named Armstrong, which has its own implications, but I'm not going to get into that. A lot more with Davis later. He was also in the X-Files, where he played Scully's dad, and his nickname for her was Starbuck. But anyway, I'm saving that for my future decode. Now, the two characters who drive up on the Orem sign are Jennifer Jason Leigh, who is actually one of my favorite actresses, and Tim Roth. And in Twin Peaks, Roth plays Gary Hutchins, and his wife is Jennifer Jason Leigh's character, Chantel Hutchins. Chantel Hutchins equals 5'8". Erica and Charlie Kirk were married on 5'8". Also 77, which equals World Trade Center. Gary Hutchins equals 79, the age of Trump, the time of the Kirk event. Also in Satanic, 8'4". Remember, the 0 doesn't count. And if we use the rule of Kalel, this 8'3" can be an 8'4". At one point, Gary Hutchins assassinates a prison warden, Warden Murphy, with a sniper rifle. Hopefully I can say that on YouTube. And the names they go by, which is just Hutch and Chantel, you're backwards 9/11, and you're 47 for the Trump presidency. 45, 47 actually. And in reverse standard, your skull and bones number. The guy they assassinate equals 67. Now, Jennifer Jason Leigh's dad is actor Vic Morrow, who was infamously killed in an accident on set of the Twilight Zone movie back in 1982. He was decapitated by the helicopter blade. Decapitated equaling 88. Decapitate equals 84. And in Twin Peaks, the 8'4" born Don S. Davis, his character is decapitated. There was also a decapitation in Dallas on the same day that Charlie Kirk got his neck trauma, and that happened after an argument in a motel room 108 for your 666 number. And if we go from Jennifer Jason Leigh's birth to the so-called demise of Charlie Kirk in Orem, Utah, 23,228 days. Pretty loaded number here. You've got your 222 Order Out of Chaos number. You've got your 322 Skull and Bones. 2 times 8 is 16, so this 228 is also a 216 8-4 number. Also, 8 plus 2 is 12, and 3 times 2 is 6 for another 216 number backwards. From Jennifer's birthday in the same year to the Kirk date, 217 days. Remember the movie Weapons released on the 8/8 Lionsgate portal date? 217 was the big number. Include the end date, 7 months, 6 days for your 7/6 or backwards 6/7. And wouldn't you know it, from her birthday to the Kirk Memorial Date in a single year is your 228 days. Again, 2 times 8 is 16, so this is a 21684 number. Also can't forget that the 228th day of the year is August 16th. Trump, the huge Elvis fan, Elvis died on August 16th. And there are a lot of Elvis references in David Lynch's work. If we go from the memorial date to Jennifer Jason Leigh's next birthday, it's a backwards 614. If you go from Charlie Kirk's birthday to Jennifer Jason Leigh's in a single year, it is 3 months, 22 days, skull and bones. 16 weeks, 2 days for your 162 number. The 162nd day of the year is 6/11. You're upside down 9/11. As above, so below. 114 days apart. 4 times 11 is 44, the kill number. And the 114th day of the year is 4/24. You're 42, forwards and backwards. And if you go from Jennifer's birth to Kirk's in the same year, 36 weeks exactly, 252 days, that's 99. 9 plus 9 is 18, your 666 number. 9 times 9 is 81. 81st day of the year is 322, skull and bones. And if you go from Jennifer's actual birth date to Kirk's, 11,574 days, you're backwards 47. 5 times 11 is 55, the Satan number. 31 years, 8 months, 9 days. You add those numbers up, you get 48, which is your backwards 84. And 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 7 plus 4 is 18, 666. From Tim Roth's birthday to Charlie Kirk's, 11,841 days. You got your 84 in there. 84 times 1 is 84. 8 times 11, 88 portal number. From Roth's birthday to Kirk's demise in the same year is your backwards 9/11, 119 days. The Kirk thing was clearly a ritual for the 24-year anniversary of 9/11, 42 backwards. And if you switch that up and go from Kirk's demise to Roth's next birthday, 8 months, 4 days, 84. And of course, with 246 days, you can say 2 times 4 is 8 for you, 86, the 86th Kirk. Roth's birthday is 4 months and 7 days before the Kirk Memorial Date. 47, Trump presidency. David Lynch died this year, January 15th, 2025. This is a scene with David Lynch as Gordon Cole from the movie Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. Listen.
Gordon, it's 10:10 a.m. on February 16th.
"10:10 on February 16th. Now, what two numbers did Erica Kirk zipline past in the Emerson Drive video? 9:10, which was the date of the Charlie Kirk incident in Orem, and 10:10. Also, he said February 16th. That is 216, your 84 number. Now, he goes on to say that this was the date he was worried about because he had a bad dream about it. This also winds up being David Bowie, who was born on 1/8. It ends up being his only scene in the movie as he comes in shortly after this and starts raving about finding something at Judy's place in Seattle. And February 16th is 206 days before 9/10. What have I been talking about with Michelle Trachtenberg? All the 26 codes pointing to 2026. Which reminds me, I forgot to mention in my last video that Michelle Trachtenberg was sacrificed 9 months, 11 days before 12/7/2025, the Pearl Harbor date. And this will be the 84-year anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Remember, Trachtenberg is heavily coded into the World Trade Center Twin Towers. She died on the date that it was bombed in 93. And I've already gone over all the 9/11 connections with her. But I forgot that one. Died exactly 9 months, 11 days before 12/7 later this year. And this is the place in the forest that is referenced with the 253 number. It's called Jackrabbit's Palace. Located 253 yards east of Jackrabbit's Palace was a portal connected to the fireman's home. The fireman is a godlike figure in Twin Peaks. On October 1st, 2016, again, that's the date before October 2nd, which is the date that Donnie Darko begins on in the year 88. And by the way, 10/1/16, it's your upside down 9/11. On October 1st, 2016, per instructions led by his father, Bobby led Frank Truman, Hawk, and Andy Brennan to Jackrabbit's Palace. They moved 253 yards to the east, further through the woods, and saw a nude eyeless woman. A portal formed above them, and Andy was transported inside after holding the woman's hand. Portals. Jackrabbit's Palace equals 118. 8 times 11 is your 88 portal number. In Sumerian, it equals year 84. Remember, it led to a portal, and it had the 253. The 253rd day of the year is 9/10. If you go from Lynch's death to the Kirk Memorial, it's 249 days. 249th day of the year is September 6th. 116 days remain. That's your upside down 9/11. 8 months, 6 days. Both were 86th. While Lynch died first, if you go from the Kirk event to Lynch's death date next year, 127 days. That's your 12/7 Pearl Harbor date, or your buildings 1, 2, and 7. Also 4 months, 5 days. Trump is the 45, 47 president. From Lynch's birth to Kirk's death, 29 and 88. 2 9s is 18. 666 number, 88 your portal number. Also here, 79 years, 7 months, 21 days. That's your backwards Pearl Harbor date, or buildings 1, 2, and 7. And Trump was 79 when Kirk got it. I also forgot to mention that Tim Roth is married to Nikki Butler. She has the last name Butler. We all know what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. And speaking of ears, as you know, that's where Trump got his ear clip. Gordon Cole, played by Lynch. The running joke with his character is he talks loud because he has a hearing aid. He can never understand what people are saying. And he's, of course, got the Dawn in the name. And I'm glad I came back to Tim Roth because I almost forgot to mention this. From his birth to the Charlie Kirk event, 771 months, 27 days. You've got your 77, which equals World Trade Center in Gematria, and 1, 2, 7 for buildings 1, 2, and 7, or your 12/7 Pearl Harbor date. Remember the two places on the sign were Provo and Orem. Provo equals 86, the 86 Charlie Kirk, just 5 miles away. In Orem, also in Fibonacci, your backwards Trump birthday, 614. Type out Utah along with it. You get the 44 kill number. In Sumerian, you get Elvis's death date. Trump the big Elvis fan. Lynch. Again, Lynch has many Elvis connections. And Provo with the Utah abbreviation equals 127. The Pearl Harbor date and buildings 127. What have I been talking about for a while now? Also, your EL number, your portal number, 8 times 11 is 88. And of course, 88 also equals Trump. And yeah, I forgot to mention Trump has the 222 order out of chaos as above, so below number in reverse satanic. Interestingly enough, in Sumerian, he has my birthday. And it's interesting because in the film Donnie Darko, his birthday is also my birthday, 5/28. Donald Darko. The episode that shows the Orem sign was on August 6, 2017. From 9/10 to the next time 8/6 rolls around, 330 days for your 33. And wouldn't you know it, we once again have our 1, 2, and 7 numbers. 10/27, 10 months, 27 days. Remember, you don't have to count the 0. But if you want to count the 0, 10 plus 27 is 37 for your EL number as well. And 8/6 is 840 hours before 9/10 for your 84. Include the end date, 36 days, 3 6s. And of course the date itself, 8/6. Kirk was 86th. If we go from the actual air date of the episode to the Kirk event, 8 years, 1 month, 4 days. 8/1, of course, the 81st day of the year is 322 Skull and Bones. 4 times 1 is 4, so also an 8/4. And from Charlie Kirk's birth to David Lynch's death, 11,416 days. You got your backwards 614 Trump birthday. 4 times 11 is the kill number, 44. Also, the 11th prime number is 31. So this would be a 314 Pi Day. This year we had the Pi Day eclipse, which is very connected to Michelle Trachtenberg as well. There was a blood moon eclipse 17 days after Michelle Trachtenberg was born. And if you include the end date, 314 is also 17 days after Michelle Trachtenberg died. The 1028 also has the 128, which relates to Solomon and the 128 demons. But I'll talk about that a different time. And from the date, the one with the 253 number aired, 7/9/2017 to 9/10, 2985 days. Your 5/8 Kirk marriage date, 2 9s is 18, 666. And the numbers on the Orem and Provo signs were 189, 52, and 15. Add those up, get 256. The 256 prime number is 1619, your 911 and 611. Duality as above, so below numbers. And from Vic Morrow's death to Kirk's in the same year is 1 month, 19 days, your backwards 911. And remember, there was also that decapitation in Dallas on that day, and Mora was decapitated. So yeah, what are the odds that it would have this Orem in the episode, and it would also have 253 the day that he got shot? But anyway, thanks for watching. All glory to God.